Welcome back. You're watching KTN Business Today with me, Abi Agina. Just to give you a quick recap of our Twitter poll question, today we're asking you, what do you think can be done to see more Kenyans take coffee? What do you think can be done to make more Kenyans to take coffee? That forms the basis of our Twitter poll question for today. And feel free to send in your tweets at KTN News, or you can tweet me at Agina Abi. And of course, make sure you use the hashtag Business Today. Moving on now, despite a slump in the price of metallic minerals worldwide, mining companies in Kenya say 2016 reawakened demand is giving hope that revenues could be well up soon enough. Speaking to KTN's Joy Doreen Bira, Base Titanium's External Affairs Manager Simon Wall says rutile is the best performing of the three major mineral sands produced at the Kwale mine.
Stretching into 2016, BHP, Billiton, the world's largest mining firm by market value, reported a record $6.4 billion annual loss as recently as August this year, signaling a not-so-stable environment. In line with the slump, global prices for titanium products dropped by 50% in the last 2 years, with a slowdown in China's economy worsening the market. In Kenya, Kwale-based Australian mining company Base Titanium says that it has had to review markets for ilmenite, a titanium mineral sand variant, as its prices globally fell in line with mineral commodity prices.
The rutile makes up close to 50% of our revenue. Okay, so it's a very important component of our mineral assemblage. But on the whole, it was a positive year for Base Titanium, operating in what has been a very difficult commodities market environment over the last 12 months.
But despite this global commodity price dip, the mineral sand mining company says numbers are starting to look up as they look to new markets to reawaken demand.
We're certainly seeing a rebound or a bottoming of the market in the ilmenite with regards to ilmenite, which is fantastic for us and for the industry. Rutile and zircon are still stable, not really going up or down at the moment. We expect to see sort of market sort of demand returning over the next couple of years and hope to see prices increase as well. But to be honest, a lot depends on what happens as far as international economy growth and all that sort of stuff is concerned.
Some of the metallic minerals produced in Kenya include titanium, gold, and iron ore. Base Titanium produces rutile, ilmenite, and zircon, some of the most sought-after mineral sands worldwide. Joy Doreen Bira, KTN News.
Many thanks, Joy, for that update. And Kenya is set to hold the Eastern Africa Construction Business Conference, created to address construction industry issues with a view of realizing the industry's true potential. With the booming construction industry, concerns have emerged over the quality of materials used and structural designs the industry is using. To help us get deeper insights on this matter, we are joined live in studio by Elizabeth Chege, the chairperson of the Kenya Green Building Society, as well as Wafula Nabutola, who is the regional director of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. Many thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
And we are having this conference coming up, Elizabeth. And what should we expect in terms of key areas of discussion that will shape the construction industry?
I think the first thing that we should be looking for during the conference is actually we should raise questions, because there's a lot of conflicting information in the construction industry between financiers, between government, between developers, between users of the building. So that's one of the things I would encourage people to come and ask questions, especially on green building.
Mm-hmm. And Nabutola, of course, you represent a regional entity. Perhaps from a regional perspective, how has the East Africa really been moving in terms of the construction industry and compliance?
We need to dichotomize those. On the one hand, the construction industry has been booming. So much construction is going on.
Yeah.
But there's the other challenge, and that's about the governance part. And we have accidents sometimes which need not happen. And of course, then the blame game starts. And we as professionals, we have a duty to assure that buildings are safe, buildings are conveniently constructed, including people who probably would have disabilities and so on.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just saying, yes, let's move fast ahead, but let's also be on the lookout for some of the loopholes that people sometimes tend to take advantage of.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Elizabeth, you look like you want to chip in.
Oh, definitely. On the green building aspect, what we look at as well is the compliance issue that you've mentioned.
Yeah.
For the skill set that we have in Kenya, there's no excuse for the performance of buildings as we have them. We already have a Vision 2030. We have targets towards that.
Yeah.
We have targets towards carbon emission mitigation.
Yeah.
But we have to start at the grassroots level, where each and every consultant, engineer, architect, government body that deals with buildings takes responsibility to ensure there's compliance from the starting point.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we do have the National Construction Authority in place, but this seems not to have sort of cured the situation as we speak. Perhaps what other policy measures do you feel needs to be taken on so that we can have the rogue developers being put to task in the case that a building collapses?
I think one thing, when you look at our standards, our building standards, they're way, way dated. We don't have up-to-date building standards. At the moment, with the Kenya Green Building Society, we're trying to get people together, including NCA, the government itself, and we have the first county coming on board to sign to be a green building county. And the reason for this is that people are trying to do different things as silos.
Yeah.
But we need to get everyone together. So there's opportunity to get everyone together, and this conference gets everyone in the same room, including government, to be able to set minimum standards. As a green building society, we have standards, we have tools. However, they need to be incorporated, adopted, and used in our buildings at the moment.
I'm just about to bring you in, Nabutola. You mentioned something quite important about the green building.
Yes.
Perhaps for the sake of our viewers, we're seeing a shift in terms of designs and also the kind of materials used when it comes to construction. Just further elaborate for us this whole aspect around the green building.
Right. First of all, we need to understand what a green building is, because we all have different definitions. But with the Kenya Green Building Society, a green building is resource efficient, energy efficient, and it also is built for the local climate and the people themselves. So once we do that with buildings and design the buildings for the people, and in looking at the local climate, we then source local materials as far as practicable. Uh-huh. That's the basic starting point with green buildings. Now, the shift in design, we advocate and are very much creating awareness and training so that we build for our country, for Nairobi, for our location as well.
All right. And Nabutola, of course, a lot of activity in the construction industry, and we are not seeing many developers considering low-cost technologies. Yeah. Perhaps what's sort of holding back developers from taking this route?
Construction really is a means to something else. We want to supply space, shelter for people to operate in. So as a business, people want perhaps the highest possible return on the investment. And that seems, informally, it seems to come from developing the upper echelons of construction. I want to say, and RICS is very keen to ensure that even those who are not necessarily moneyed also have access to the right standards of construction. How do we do this? Let's make access to capital, access to credit, because we need that in construction.
Correct.
We need all those things, and here we have to give credit to the government, which has worked so hard to assure that interest rates are going down, so to lower the cost of borrowing, and with that, hopefully, there'll be investors who will have a risk appetite to invest in low-cost housing. We do need it. The shortfall is 250,000. And of those, we're only scratching the surface at about 30,000 houses a year. And of that 30,000 built, maybe I would say easily 80-85% is for the upper market. So we still have a big shortfall. And we as a nation, and us as RICS, we're thinking if we partnered with government, if we partnered with the Kenya Green Belt Society, if we partnered with the professionals in this country, the architects, the engineers, the surveyors, we'd come up with an innovative product that would address the needs of this nation. Yeah.
Many thanks. And that's all the time we had for. Many thanks for making time to join us, Wafula Nabutola, who is the Regional Director for RICS, as well as Elizabeth Chege, who is the Chairperson for the Kenya Green Building Society. Many thanks for making time. Well, moving